Thanks, Scott. Well, thousands of wrestlers ranging from kindergarten to 8th grade are competing at the Minnesota Youth Wrestling Championships in South Dakota. The championships have been held in Rochester, Minnesota for the past 24 years, but organizers opted to move the event due to COVID restrictions in Minnesota. Northland Youth Wrestling Association President Corey Olson says he had planned to visit both Sioux Falls and La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Lacrosse's rules weren't quite as open yet, but they thought they were, but they couldn't guarantee it was going to be, so I didn't even go see lacrosse. I just came right here, and it worked out right away.
The state tournament started this morning at the Sioux Falls Arena and Convention Center and continues through Saturday. The event is open to the public. 3 more South Dakotans who had COVID-19 have died, according to the latest update from the state health department. Since the pandemic, 1,938 people have died in the state. The health department confirmed 230 new cases. There were nearly 1,100 new persons tested. The number of active cases dropped below 2,500, and there are currently 98 coronavirus patients in South Dakota hospitals, which is down compared to Wednesday. So far, nearly 44% of South Dakotans have received at least 1 dose of the vaccine, and more than 29% have completed their vaccinations. What is being called a human error led to the contamination of millions of coronavirus vaccine doses. This comes as the Biden administration is launching a new initiative to convince people to get shots when they can. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
Johnson & Johnson has delayed shipments of its vaccine from a manufacturing plant in Baltimore after a mistake spoiled about 15 million doses.
It was human error. The FDA is investigating this. That plant has not yet been fully certified by the FDA.
Millions more doses are being tested to make sure they were not contaminated. CBS News confirmed that Biden administration officials have known about the issue for weeks.
You do have checks and balances, and you see that, and that's the reason why the good news is that it did get picked up. And as I mentioned, that's the reason nothing from that plant has gone into anyone that we've administered to.
Johnson & Johnson says it's still on track to deliver its contracted 100 million doses, and it hopes to do so by the end of May. The White House is ramping up efforts to combat vaccine hesitancy, unveiling a new multi-billion-dollar campaign. The push includes a network of influencers, everyone from sports stars to local faith leaders, aimed at reaching the most vulnerable communities.
In some communities, there is a concern about getting vaccinated. Some based on mistrust, based on history. Some based on just rooted in misinformation, of which there is a lot out there, and we need your help to combat that.
The White House continues to urge caution when it comes to relaxing social distancing measures. President Biden called out the Texas Rangers for opening their ballpark to full capacity, saying it's not responsible. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
In other baseball coronavirus news, the season opener between the New York Mets and the Washington Nationals has been postponed because of COVID cases with the Nationals. Still ahead, why the president is looking to prevent corporations from using federal tax loopholes. And we'll bring you the latest details on a day 4 of former Minneapolis police officer's trial. That's after the break.
And in weather, we have plenty of sunshine across Kelo today. Still looking for chances of rain in that 7-day forecast. More details coming up.